So welcome back. This is part 5 now of the Mega Detail Series of the 2007 WRX. So what we're going to be doing in this part of the series is polishing the glass. Obviously this is a 17-year-old car, so we're not going to be able to get all of the scratches out of the glass, but the whole intention today is to try and remove as much of the marring and the water spotting out of the windows, so we can get a really clean, clear surface to apply our window coating. So what we'll be doing as part of this process, if you come over to the shelf here, is we are going to use our Jescar Correction Compound. So this is not something we've ever used on glass before, but we have seen a few others use this with great success. We'll be combining that with our LHR15 and our Rupes Nano machine as well, and we're going to be using the Rupes wool pads on there to try and get as much of the marring out of the glass as possible. Once we finish with that part of the process, we will spray it down. So we'll use a combination of the Meguiar's Surface Prep, the M122, but also 91% IPA to make sure the windows are prepared and as clean as possible for the next stage, which is the final bit, which is our Gtechniq G1. So this is a glass coating here. We'll apply this using our CarPro blocks and some suede applicator pads. And the whole idea of applying this is to get some really good water behavior out of the glass. So when you're driving in the rain, you don't need to use your wipers as much, and give some more durability to protect from water spotting in the future. So what we'll do, we'll pick up our machines, jump over to the glass, and we'll start polishing the windscreen. So I'm going to start cutting in using the Nano machine, and I'm going to apply quite a bit of product on here. Don't know if that's too safe. We'll set that down on the ground, use our buttering tool here, and just rub all of that in. And then I'm just going to apply a couple more drops on there to get us started with this process. So this is going to be a really handy tool to cut in the corners. The LHR15 will get us most of the way around the rest of the window, but this will just be quite nice to cut in, work on some of this black area here, because this is where the water spotting is the most noticeable as well. So we really want to make sure we concentrate on that. We're going to go max speed on the glass, and we're not really going to be trying to take any scratches out. We'll be here polishing all day. This is more just the water spotting. You can use quite a bit of pressure when you're doing this as well. We're using the rotary setting on the tool here, so I'm using moderate pressure. We don't have to be careful like we would on the paint to try not to burn anything working on the glass. You can be really rough. And we're working relatively big sections cutting in here. And I'm not going to clean any of the polish up till I've worked my way around at least one side of the window, just to make sure we're getting a reasonable result here. So I'm just going to grab a polish removal towel and just check my work here to make sure I am on the right track. Just going to dry wipe. And what I'm looking at here is just making sure that if I catch the light, I've removed most of the water spotting there, and I can definitely see the easiest spot for me to have a look at would be up in this area here. So if I come up the top here, you should be able to see the where that light is caught. All of that area hasn't been worked yet. Yet if we come over this side, we're looking relatively clean. So I'm pretty happy with the amount of passes that I've done there. I've used pretty moderate pressure. I'll carry my way working on cutting all the way around, and then I'll come back to you showing you what we do with the big machine, the LHR15. So we've cut in all of the corners of the glass using the Nano, but by all means, if we didn't have the Nano, you could easily do this with this machine here. It's just the 15mm throw of this makes it a little bit difficult to work into the corners versus using the rotary on that machine. So at least now I can jump in using this, knowing that all of the corners are cut really well, so I don't have to butt right up to them. So on the LHR15, I'm going to go max speed. So we're going speed 6. Moderate pressure again, and you can work in relatively big sections. So I'll probably break this windscreen up into about 4 different parts and move my way across. But do keep in mind, this is going to throw product everywhere if you start spreading on speed 6. I'll probably dial it back. I've already done it now, so we'll carry on with our mess. And that's my 4 passes, so I'll head around the other side, work on there, and then come back to the middle. Really quick and easy to do that. Really nice that you don't have to be careful about what you're doing either. Obviously you want to be careful that you're not banging into the trim up here, but you can be pretty rough and not worry about burning through any paint. So we're just spraying down some M122 surface prep now and just cleaning the glass back, keeping in mind that this will be wiped down again probably at least once more with M122 and with that 91% IPA before we move into the actual coating stage, just to make sure that we've removed all of this polish residue before we begin coating. So we're all wiped down now and this glass looks absolutely fantastic. There's still a few smear marks in there, but all of that black area, look at the glossiness. You can see the reflection of the garage door in there. It has cleaned up all of the water spotting and the marring super well in there. So really impressed with how the Jescar worked. The next step in this process is to obviously just move our way around the vehicle. We'll start and show you what the process looks like on the passenger side window before we move around the rest of the vehicle. Before I clean up this window, because this is going to kick out a whole lot of mess all over the place, we're going to polish the glass on our wing mirror here. Wipe this off and show you what this looks like now. So there you go, polished mirror, all ready for coating on there. Okay, so you've seen now the windscreen, the passenger window, and also a wing mirror. We'll work our way around the rest of the car and clean up the rest of the glass. The next step that you guys will be seeing will be the IPA wipe down prior to the Gtechniq glass coating. But looking at this window, it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with the result with the Jescar in combination with the wall pads. We'll move into the rest of the glass. Okay, so before we apply our G1 glass sealant to the glass here, we just want to give it a good wipe down. We want to prepare the surface. We're going to be using 91% IPA and a paper towel. And this just removes anything like polish and all that kind of stuff that's left on this glass here, so that the surface is nice and clean, ready for that G1 glass to sort of bond and cure to the glass. So if this glass was really dirty, this paper towel would be black, and it's still pretty white. So that means that there's not too much on here, but we're just being super cautious here because we're a long way into this. So let's not stuff it up now. So we're just going to go around the rest of the windows, do the same process, and finish up applying that G1 glass sealant on. Okay, so the glass has now all been prepared, and now we're going to apply our glass coating here. So this is Gtechniq's version, G1 glass, and thanks to Nick at Detailing Shed and Gtechniq for supplying us with this product to be able to apply to the glass here. So in here is a couple of little pads to be able to apply your product with, and we've got a couple of little 15 ml bottles here. So
So in here are our two little bottles. So the first bottle is the actual the glass coating there, so 15 mils of there, and this other little bottle here is the residue removal. We're not going to use this. We're going to use glass, a little bit of Stoner's invisible glass to remove the product once it's had time to cure. So Gtechniq recommend that once you've applied this, if you're working in an area where it's sort of cooler than 15 degrees, it'll take roughly 30 minutes for this to cure. If you're working in an environment that's greater than 15 degrees, then you've only got a cure time of 15 minutes. So it's greater than 15 degrees here today, so we'll have a pretty quick cure time of 15 minutes. Gtechniq kind of recommend that this product here will last roughly sort of 2 years durability on the glass. Not totally sure if that's what we'll get out of this, you know, with it being a daily driver and being used every day, and probably not washed as regularly as one would like, but we'll see how it works. Hopefully this allows the glass to be a lot easily cleaned, and a lot of removal of the bugs and things like that, and also hopefully we will get some sort of nice water behavior on the glass, so when it's raining we won't have to use the wipers as much. So I'm really interested to try this product out. We have applied another version of a similar product known as Wolf's Nano Glass, and I'm really interested to do a comparison to see which kind of product we enjoy applying the most. So let's get stuck in here. So this is our little 15ml bottle applicator pad. Oh wow, okay. So on the top of this bottle here, there's no little dropper, there's no pipette or anything like that, so you'd want to be really careful not to just tip the whole bottle on this pad in the first go, because you'd blow through it pretty quick. I'll see how it comes out. Yeah, I would be very careful with using too much product here. And what we want to do is we just want to work in little tiny circles. And I can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see on the camera, but I can see the difference where I've been. It's sort of quite hazy, it's a little bit smeary. So I just want to overlap in a circular motion here. And you can see that already starting to kind of cure on the other side there. It sort of looks white almost. Okay, so I won't bore you going around the whole car doing little circles, because that's not fun to watch. So when we've applied this to all the surfaces, all the window surfaces, we'll come back and show you a little bit of us taking the product off. Okay, so we've let this sort of sit and cure on the glass here for 15 or so minutes, and now we're going to remove it using our Stoner invisible glass with our waffle weave towel, and this is from the Rag company. So a couple of little sprays on the towel here. I suppose you could spray it directly on the glass, but we've got some coating that's still sort of curing on here. You can definitely feel this on the glass. When you wipe it for the first time, it feels quite gritty and quite tacky, and then the next couple of wipes it all sort of comes off really, really easily. So that's quite a nice product to remove there, and this glass cleaner is working a treat. So I guess what I'm hoping that this product's going to deliver is really good water behavior on the glass. I'm hoping that when I'm driving along sort of 50 k's or so, that the water's just going to be beading off, and I'm not going to have to use my windscreen wipers as much. I'm also hoping that when it comes to clean the glass, that all the bugs and road grime and all that sort of stuff just sort of washes off really easily. That's the whole point. So we're going to put this to the test and see if that's what this product's going to give me. So I'm just going to continue around the car, removing this product off the glass. So and that pretty much wraps up this part of the series. So next in line for you guys to watch is coating of the car, so CSL and a couple of layers of EXO. So please hit the subscribe button so that you guys get the notifications when that video is up and running. Thanks for watching.